Hello, I'm Rico Cavella. Welcome to this episode of Fearless Aging, where in every episode, my guest and I, we strive to offer you proven tips and strategies that you can implement immediately to greatly improve your overall health and well-being. So we're here to inspire you and empower you to become your best self so you can go out and make a bigger positive impact in the world. Now, the title of today's episode is it's all about the myths of aging with Dean Walters. And so, there's so many misinformation about aging. So this is going to be an important episode. If you want to age fearlessly, you've got to change your mindset about what's possible. That's what you're going to learn in this episode. So I have a short message from one of our sponsors. And I just want to mention again, too, the sponsors, message from our sponsors, I want you to know that I wouldn't be playing them if I didn't think that what they had was really valuable and would be really helpful for you. If you feel that's something that that would be helpful to you. So I want you to have full trust on what we offer you to here, that it will be what they claim it is, and it'll be valuable for you if that's something that you desire. All right, so I'm going to play a short message from our sponsor, and then we'll get into the interview.
In a perfect world, we would all be happy, healthy, and successful. But stress, family, genetics, and life's little surprises take their toll on our brains, our bodies, and our psyche. And our quality of life suffers because we're not functioning at our best. Well, you can start by training your brain with the Quantum Mind Method. This is not a game, and it's not a toy. It's developed by the world's only brainwave entrainment engineer, backed by over 40 years of research and development. It's 100% natural and couldn't be easier to use. With regular listening, your brain will naturally become stronger, more efficient, your most reliable ally, and all with almost no effort. You can achieve anything you want and get the most out of your life with the Quantum Mind Method. The world is yours, so take it. Take it now.
All right. The myths. Hello, I'm Rico Cavella. Welcome to this episode of Fearless Aging. And the title of this episode is one that I really like. It's entitled The Big Myth of What Aging Looks Like. And our expert guest today, his name is Dean Walters. He's a healthy aging speaker, award-winning author, certified health coach, and certified personal trainer who guides older adults to take control of their health, rebuild their strength and mobility, and age with purpose, power, and possibility. I like that a lot. So he now helps older adults challenge the belief that decline is an inevitable part of aging, and instead reclaim their strength, their energy, their confidence, independence through his methodology of mobility, movement, strength training, nutrition, hydration, and self-image. That's a big one, self-image. So, Dean Walters, thanks so much for being here.
Rico, my pleasure. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, really good to have you. Well, let's start off with, we're talking about the big myth of aging. So how would you describe what that big myth is?
Well, we've only got 15 minutes, right? 12 minutes. So
yeah, just real short.
Yeah. But to me, it's a combination of things. We all have sort of a generational awareness. We remember when we were little what our grandparents were like. And then as we got older and we became parents, we sort of, oh, gee, well, maybe I got to slow down a little bit. I've got to do this. I remember my grandparents or my parents, when they got older, they slowed down. So we kind of have that generational awareness, and we almost fall into the same habits that we saw our grandparents fall into. And that just isn't the case anymore. And let's face it, in the medical community now, I mean, hey, I've had to have surgeries and things. I love Western medicine being able to fix things that are broken, for sure. Right. But there's so much focus on, I'm the left-hand specialist or I'm the right shoulder specialist. And there are very few medical people now that look at the overall health or why you're having a problem, not just what the problem is. So we need to sort of take back that control and get an idea of what's happening in our life that may be causing these things happen to us as we get older.
Yeah. Well, I think just what you said, but I think also it's because of so many people these days are having so much chronic illnesses and are becoming old and sick and lose their mobility because of our unhealthy lifestyles. And so, as you mentioned, so it's so important to realize that that doesn't have to happen. It's not because of our age or our genes. We know now, right? It's because really of our unhealthy lifestyles and buying into the mainstream narrative, right? That's just the way it is. We're all going to get old and sick, and maybe end up in a nursing home, and maybe die. Or, as you know, our life expectancy now is only like 76 for men and 79 for women. It's actually coming down. So, yeah, so we got to change that around. So you're really on the right track. So again, I was going to ask you why you think so many people still buy into that, but because I guess because that's what they see. Most people are becoming old and sick and dying too young because of that lifestyle, right?
Yeah, and not enough people are talking about how to change it.
Yeah,
Just, oh, well, I mean, I don't have time, so I can't fix my dinner. I can't do this. I can't.
yeah,
Okay, I mean, but it's up to you. You've got to make the change. You have to decide what you
right,
want your next couple of decades to look like.
right.
I know this sounds a little harsh, but it's like, who wants to live to be 100 if you're going to spend the last 20 years in a chair not recognizing your kids?
Yeah, yeah,
No, I know some things just happen to us all. I
right.
understand that. But 95% of it for me is making the decision to do something about it. And not only do I speak to people about how to change their thought patterns and how to do something, but what to do to start making those changes.
Yeah. Well, you're a living example of what's possible. So real briefly, just tell us a little bit, real quickly, your story. I'm pretty amazed that you were a professional opera singer. I mean, already, but you had some strong lungs and you were in pretty good shape. But then, well, just tell us how you got sick, and then we'll talk about how you healed yourself.
Okay. Well, yeah, I was a professional opera singer, musical theater performer for about 40 years, during
Wow.
which time, though, I had chronic asthma
Mm,
and I was put on prednisone. It was the only thing that would keep me out of the emergency room. Well, prednisone is a great and inexpensive drug, but it has huge side effects, and I got all of them. Severe,
oh,
I mean, all of it,
oh, okay.
all of it. So that led to the accident, which was bilateral quadriceps ruptures.
Wow.
And so I had to have my legs put back together. I was in braces from my hips to my ankles for 7 weeks in a hospital bed in our living room. My parents had to come down from Indiana to help take care of me so my wife could continue to work. And I made a decision during that recovery that if I had anything to say about it, I was not going to have to be taken care of when I got older.
That's so good. I mean, not too many people have the courage and just even the thought process that's going to be possible. So once you change your mind that you were going to heal yourself, tell us just kind of again briefly, what did you start to begin to do, and how did you actually turn it around and heal yourself?
Okay. Well, I wasn't, my insurance wouldn't cover for physical therapy at the time. So I hired a therapist to come to our home, spend an afternoon with him, show me how to do this, do this, do this, do this, right? And so I did it. We made a plan. I started doing it. I went back to school and got my health certification, my health coaching certification. And I have 6 different personal training certifications for older adults, corrective exercise, things like that. And I started applying that to myself because, I was 58 at the time. So what am I going to do with the rest of my life? I'm not going to live in this bed or in a wheelchair or with a walker if there's anything I can do about it.
Yeah.
So I learned an awful lot, especially in the corrective exercise area, and pretty much brought myself back to, I mean, I've done a couple of half marathons and 10Ks and 5Ks. I don't run anymore, but I do speed walking for it.
But you also lost 140 pounds, right?
Well, I've lost half of that. The
Oh, okay.
gain was 140. I'm down
Oh,
70 of it. I've
wow.
also completely reversed my osteoporosis. I now don't even have osteopenia. So I feel pretty good about that. And I did it without drugs.
Yeah. So the message here, audience, the message here is no matter what condition you're in, what your age is, you can turn it around but just learning, what your body requires to be healthy, and that's what both Dean and I teach, and that's what's quite possible for anybody, no matter what shape that you're currently in. So
Absolutely. And it's not just making your decision. It's if you don't know what to do, then seek somebody out.
yeah,
Find somebody that can help you get on the road back. There are
exactly.
there are those of us out there that can do that.
No question about it. But once again, I want to emphasize the real key is like you gotta change your attitude. You gotta change your belief of what's possible. That's right.
Absolutely.
And you can do that, and you have control over that, right? So that's the first thing, change your belief and realize, because there's so many people like Dean and that have turned it around, and you can do it as well. So talk a little bit about the methodology that you developed, and how you work with people.
Well, even though mindset is sort of number 5 on the list, that's the most important thing to change is
Right.
that making that decision that you want to do something about it. And
Mhm.
then the 4 areas, the mobility, the movement, strength training, and then your nutrition and hydration. And mobility, I mean, that has to do with that's our balance. That's everything. And the worse our balance gets, the more chance for us falling, and we start to slow down. Our gait shortens, our hips get tight, we bend over, we don't want to trip over something, so we're becoming so cautious, and our whole world and our body just starts to do this. So that's why mobility is so important. And then the movement that comes with it for cardio, and then the strength training to build back the muscle that we normally lose as we get older, which is so important for all of our joints, our bones, our balance, all of those things. And then, of course, nutrition and hydration are our meals, as you know. I mean, the food value in this country has gone downhill so far, but you can do something about it. There are companies out there that can help you with your nutrition and being hydrated, all that good stuff. But it's all up here first.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. You got to change your mindset, and and then the good news is, it's just like you were saying. That the good news is, you can do it. All these things that both Dean and I teach, it's not like, well, I don't know if it's going to work for me, or yes, it works for everybody, right? If you begin to eat a more whole food, natural, live food diet, you're going to improve your health amazingly well, and how much energy you have. If you begin to exercise right, there's no way you're not going to get stronger. And if you begin to stretch, you're going to get more flexible. So all these things
Yep.
work. You just have to do it, right?
Well, what do they say? Everything you put in your mouth is either feeding disease or fighting
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. So, and again, to talk a little bit about this too, Dean. There's no excuse these days. I mean, we're overwhelmed with information, but still, as you said, you want to seek out somebody you can trust, that really is a qualified coach or trainer, or a naturopathic doctor, a functional medicine doctor, that can get you on the right path and determine and it needs to be specific, because we're all individual. Talk a little bit about why it's so important to have your own personal trainer or coach, because we're all we all biochemically unique. So we need a personalized program.
Absolutely. And you also, I mean, if you decide to get a trainer or work with somebody, find someone that knows about how to work with older adults. Because if you take a yoga class and the instructor is 25 years old and trying to turn you into pretzel, it's
Yeah,
not going to help you. You
right.
have to have somebody that is trained in that, or old enough to be aware of what it feels like to get up in the morning when you're in your 70s. And it takes a while to, get the engine running and everything. You need somebody that is expert in working with older adults. The same thing with nutrition. I mean, with all the information available to us online, it's completely confusing. So you need to find somebody that you can trust that can cut through all the stuff out there and figure out what's going to work best for your particular situation.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But also the point is, though, that I was making, is that there's no lack of information on anything that you need to find out. So, I mean, you can't use the excuse of, well, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it. There's plenty of people to help you, and there is a lot of good information. Yeah, a lot of information, but there's a lot of good information out there too. So you can get educated, as you say. You want to work with somebody like Dean that will get you going on the right track. So, And you can work virtually. You work with people virtually online.
Yes, I do have a gym in my home. I prefer in person, but that's not always the case. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm pretty hands on when I train, but yes, I can do virtual for sure.
We'll talk a little bit. We're getting close to running out of time here. So talk a little bit. I know you have your book called Unfinished Business. Talk a little bit about what that's all about and how people can get a copy of it.
Well, I wrote that book last year because it finally everything kind of came together and wanting to tell my story. And it's some stories about other people and how they overcame issues and had a better last couple decades. And then I also go through in the book how to do that, where to start, how to begin, how to go through it. So I'm pretty excited about the book. It's a pretty easy read, a couple hours, somebody can get through it. But there are takeaways at the end of every chapter, so you can really kind of focus in on, okay, I need to start with this, and this. And of course, all my contact information is in there. The book is available on Amazon. That link will be with the website that you put out there. Yep. And also, there should be a link in there too about if somebody wants an autographed copy. There's a link to that comes to me. I sign it for them and I ship it from my home right to them.
So they can find that on your website, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then also, I think you have a gift that people can download off your website. It's called the 6-Minute Anywhere Workout. Just real briefly, talk a minute about that.
Yeah, I first developed that for people that worked in an office all day long, and just they could get up at the end of, take 6 minutes at the end of an hour or whatever, and get up and in 6 minutes actually go through every muscle group in the body. Obviously, you're not going to look like Schwarzenegger doing that kind of a workout. But then I thought, this is a great way for older people to get started again with it. 6 minutes, gentle workout. So that's what it's all about. And yeah, there's a link to that. They can download that for free.
Yeah, that'd be great. I think that'd be really valuable for people. Yeah, again, I think the message again is there's no matter what condition you're in or what your age is, you can turn it around. You can make a difference, and you can age well and age fearlessly. And you need to work with somebody like Dean. Okay, so I think that's it. The last thing I want to ask you is, one of my favorite sayings is Einstein's knowledge without action is useless. So we always offer, some great info in our guests. We offer some great information and some knowledge, but you got to take action on it. So what last words can you say to maybe inspire people to take action?
Make your decision. Number one, decide, okay, whatever I've done in the past, that's over with. I'm changing. I'm doing something different now. Number two, get off your butt and walk. Whether you need a cane or a walker, I don't care. But get out and move. Get outside, enjoy the fresh air. Just move. Start with 5 minutes. If you start with 5 minutes and add 1 minute every day, you'd be walking 6 hours in a row by the end of the year. So, and the second thing is start, whether you have dumbbells or bands or just a couple of heavy books, just start doing some strength training again. Just get those muscles working and then find somebody that can help you move from that point on.
Yeah, absolutely. And the last thing is just do it. You can do it. So you just got to go out and do it. Well,
Absolutely.
Dean, thank you so much for being here, and thanks for all the good information. And thanks for the work that you're doing. It's so important. And thanks to our guests to our audience for being here.
Thank you, Rico. Love what you're doing.
Okay, we are back. So I hope that helped you to change your mindset about what's possible with aging. You don't have to fear aging. And as we talked about in that show, no matter what your condition or your age or what you've done in the past, if you get some good coaching, you can get started. You can make some great improvements no matter where you're at. So again, you just got to do it. Okay, so I'm going to play another short message from one of our sponsors, and then we're going to play like a 3-minute video from our naturopathic doctor, Dr. Jonathan Glass. He's got an important message for you as well. So you definitely want to check that out. All right. Stop
Stop forcing down those massive pills that end up in your toilet, not in your bloodstream. Hello, I'm Rico Cavella. For the very first time in my 43 years as a personal trainer and wellness coach, I am endorsing and recommending a unique line of nutritional supplements. Superior Source produces an exclusive line of microlingual tablets that dissolve instantly under your tongue. I have a hard time swallowing large tablets and capsules, but these tiny tablets are the easiest to take I have ever found. These products are clinically tested for purity, potency, and have the highest rate of absorption. Microlingual tablets are ideal for those with digestive challenges and for infants and children, as there are no pills to swallow. They offer a full line of key nutritional supplements, including many for children. So why give these supplements a try? They're easy to take, highly absorbable, and inexpensive. Join thousands who have ditched their pills. One tablet under your tongue will make you a believer.
All right. We are back. See, we have just a couple minutes. So here we are with Dr. Glass.
As many people know, GLP-1 for weight loss has become very, very popular, and it is having some very effective results for people to lose weight. The main thing that it's doing is decreasing appetite by slowing the movement of the food from the stomach to the small intestine. It also helps to stimulate insulin so that it can take the sugar that's in the blood more efficiently into the cell. But the problem is that it's not really doing anything for our health. One of the big problems that people have is they have something called insulin resistance. That means that the insulin that's in the blood is banging on the door of the cells trying to get the sugar in, but the cells are resistant to that insulin. So the GLP-1 is not doing anything for that. So there are things in nature, specifically bitters. You've probably heard of Swedish bitters, hops, things like that. They are very stimulating for not only GLP-1, but other hormones that are very effective in not only helping the person become more satiated and supporting the secretion of insulin, but they're even very supportive in terms of helping the cells utilize or be stimulated by insulin in order to utilize the sugar. So there are herbal products. There's a probiotic known as Akkermansia, which also stimulates GLP-1 and other hormones, along with certain fibers, prebiotics, that stimulate the production of Akkermansia, which is a very powerful probiotic that does the same thing. And there's some other great products that we'll talk more about that stimulate GLP-1 and have had really positive weight loss benefits while simultaneously supporting the health of the cells, increasing insulin sensitivity. So there's lots of ways to lose weight. There's a lot of potential negative side effects of the GLP-1 drugs. And one of the issues is that people tend to gain weight right away when they stop. And it's not doing anything for the liver. And the liver we really need to focus on. So as a very quick measure to lose weight, for some people it may be helpful or it can be helpful, but there's better ways to do it and better strategies that are more holistic for the whole body. I'll be speaking more about this next time. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Glass. And I got another short message. And this is actually a message from me. And then we might have a few seconds left. I'll get back to you.
If in your 60s, 70s, and 80s you were healthier, stronger, with more vitality than in your 40s, it's not genetics, it's not luck, it's the Ageless Living Lifestyle.
Hello, I'm Rico Cavella, creator of the Ageless Living Lifestyle. I've had the good fortune to work with hundreds of individuals just like you who greatly improve their overall health and well-being. And my clients aren't just staying healthy, they're out hiking mountains, playing sports, and feeling better in their 70s and 80s than they did in their 40s. My clients and I are living agelessly, and I know you can as well. So let's have a friendly conversation about your personal aging challenges and your goals. There's no pressure, just an honest conversation about where you are now and where you want to be, and whether the ageless living lifestyle is a good fit for you. So I'm here for you. Let's talk.
Yeah, let's talk. I really urge you to book a call with me. There's no pressure to try and get you to sign up for my coaching program. We'll just talk about what your challenges are. I'll give you some quick and easy solutions. And if you are interested in my coaching programs, we can talk about it and see if we can work together. It's a good fit. So thanks for being here, and I hope you enjoyed today's show, and tell your friends about the Fearless Aging Show.